I am speaking to you now, not through thunder, not through earthquakes, but through the quiet place where your breath meets your heartbeat, where your mind finally unclenches and your soul listens. I have seen what you have not seen. I have watched what you have wondered about, and I have guarded what others have tried to hide. Someone is carrying a secret that grows like dawn beneath a closed window, a new life hidden inside a trembling silence. You feel it in the pauses between conversations, in the way eyes drift away, in the sudden change of subject, in the unasked questions you carry like stones in your pocket. I know why they hid it. I know the reasons that will shake your soul. Not to break you, but to awaken you to the depth of compassion and truth I planted in you from the beginning. Listen. I am not telling you this so you can accuse, attack, or prove yourself right. I am telling you this so you can be ready to love with wisdom, to stand with strength, to choose light instead of shadows, to speak with the kind of gentleness that frees the trapped and comforts the trembling. The hidden thing is not only a child, it is a story. It is a chain of choices and fears, of promises and disappointments, of moments when people did what they thought they had to do to survive the hour that would not stop. And you, my beloved, have been chosen to witness the unveiling. Not as a judge, but as an anchor, not as a rumor, but as a refuge, not as a sword, but as a shelter. I have watched your thoughts circle this like a bird over deep water. You keep asking, what if I am imagining it? What if I am being fooled? What if this will explode in my face? Hear me, truth does not need your anxiety, it needs your readiness. Do not force timing, partner with timing. Do not pry doors open, prepare your heart to receive whoever walks through them. You think the revelation will be a moment, I am telling you it is a pathway. It will be like morning creeping through the cracks until the room belongs to the light. Do not rush the sunrise. It knows when to arrive. There are reasons for the silence that will shake you. Some are sorrowful, a fear of rejection, a fear of losing the last safe face in a crowded room of expectations, a fear of confirming the worst predictions whispered behind closed doors. Some are practical, tangled circumstances, fragile finances, promises made to the wrong listeners, advice taken from the loudest voices instead of the wisest ones. And some reasons are tender and holy, even if clumsy, the instinct to protect something small and sacred from the hands of those who measure love with scales built from opinion. When you learn these reasons, your first reaction will try to choose between anger and disbelief, between tears that drown you and words that burn bridges. Breathe. I am there in the gap between breath and speech. Choose mercy first, and then truth, and then boundaries shaped by love. You have wanted a sign, something undeniable, and I have woven it into the days that approach you like footsteps down a hallway. Notice the timing, the way a conversation will begin with "I didn't plan to tell you this, but..." Notice the posture, lowered eyes that rise only when you soften your face. Notice the setting, a simple place, not dramatic, perhaps a kitchen table, or the front seat of a parked car at dusk, or the edge of a bed where the lamp is humble and the world feels small enough to be honest. In that moment, you will remember these words. And you will realize that I was preparing your heart, not your argument. Do not mistake gentleness for weakness. I am not asking you to ignore your values or erase your boundaries. I am teaching you how to carry both truth and tenderness without dropping either. I am showing you a way to stand up without stepping on the person who is struggling to stand. You will need courage that doesn't roar, patience that doesn't perform, and clarity that doesn't humiliate. Ask me for them, I give them freely. Wisdom is not a trophy but a tool. It is not meant to decorate your reputation but to build a safe place for what is fragile and real. This new life, yes, even hidden, has brushed against your destiny. Do not be afraid of how your path may bend. The future is not a straight road, it is a river that learns the terrain, carving grace through rock, turning around obstacles without losing its way to the sea. You fear that everything will change if this is true. Listen, everything is always changing, but you belong to the one who does not. I am the stillness in your storm, the fixed star in your night, the name that holds you when explanations cannot. You do not need to control this to be safe, you need to stay with me to be steady. There are people who will try to use this to score points in a game I never taught them to play. They will phone you, message you, pull you aside, feed your worst suspicions, and invite you to share your own. Decline their invitation. Gossip is a false intimacy, a counterfeit closeness bought with someone else's pain. It feels like warmth in the beginning and leaves a frostbite of shame when the wind changes. You will not heal anyone by slicing their story into delicious fragments for the curious. You will not keep anyone safe by weaponizing secrets they barely understand themselves. If you must speak, speak to me first, and then to the one who trusted you, and then to the one who is affected. After that, be quiet and build. You have questions about your place in this, about whether your role is to step closer or step back, to open your home or to open your hands and let go. I will guide you step by step. Do not map a year from a single hour. There will be days when you are called to bring groceries instead of opinions, to offer a ride instead of a lecture, to hold a hand instead of a grudge. There will be other days when I will ask you to say a sentence that is simple and firm, a sentence that keeps you from being used, a sentence that teaches the other person how to treat you and themselves with respect. Love without wisdom becomes rescue, wisdom without love becomes cold. I am making you into a person who can carry both with grace. When the truth finally stands up in the room, you may feel the floor tilt under your feet. The reason they hit it will pass through you like wine through a field, bending what is tall, bending what is small, shaking seed free. You will grieve the days that might have been different if only you had known. You will ache for the times you sensed something and doubted yourself. Do not punish yourself for not knowing what no one told you. Your intuition was not wrong, it was simply outnumbered. Forgive yourself for believing in the version of the story you were offered. The heart takes the shape of the container it is given. Now I am giving you a bigger container. You worry about the cost. You wonder who will pay it. You are afraid that the bill will arrive in the form of sleepless nights, strained relationships, financial pressure, disrupted plans. Hear me, I do not ignite life without providing oil for the lamp that guards it. Provision will come in ways that make you marvel at timing. I will send helpers you did not see coming. I will move the hearts of those who had no reason to be kind, and I will soften the hands of those who had every reason to be hard. Your task is not to calculate but to cooperate. Your part is not to predict but to prepare. Keep your spirit generous and your boundaries clear. Generosity without boundaries breeds resentment, and boundaries without generosity breed loneliness. I am teaching you the rhythm where both can sing. There will be a moment when the why is spoken aloud, and when it is, something in you will both break and mend. You will see the long corridor of cause and effect. The years that stacked like books, the chapters that ended before they taught their lesson. You will feel sorrow the way an ocean feels depth. Let it move through you without drowning you. Every tear is a seed when it falls into my hands. I will not waste your pain, I will plant it where future comfort can grow for others walking through their own hard night. I will also show you joy woven into this thread, not as a consolation prize, but as a real and radiant thing. The joy of learning that love can stretch further than you thought. The joy of witnessing someone heal because you chose not to weaponize their weakness. The joy of discovering that your voice can be both honest and gentle. The joy of seeing a small heartbeat, of flesh or of future, thrive under the shelter your presence provided. Do not refuse joy because sorrow introduced it. Joy is still joy, even if it knocks on your door with red eyes. Guard your peace. In days like these, peace can be stolen by notifications, headlines, opinions, and the echoing mind that tries to rehearse every possible ending. I will be your guard if you let me. Turn down the volume of everything that is not me. Light a candle if you must. Take a walk. Drink water. Sleep. Keep a small, hidden place in your day where you sit with me and do not perform for anyone. In that quiet corner, I will hand you the sentences you need for the next conversation. The patience you need for the next delay, the courage you need for the next revelation. I am not surprised by any of this. I am not scrambling. I am not anxious. I am not asking you to be perfect, I am asking you to be present. You have prayed for purpose, for meaning, for a sign that your life matters beyond routine. That prayer is standing on your doorstep in a cloak of mystery. asking you to become the kind of person who can midwife truth, who can hold tension without snapping, who can be a steady flame for those who are learning to see in the dark. This is not a detour, this is a deepening. You fear betrayal. If they hid this, what else is hidden? That question curls like smoke, stinging the eyes. Set it down. Replace it with a braver one. How can I be trustworthy even when trust has been tested? You cannot control the stories others tell, you can control the story you live. Be the friend you needed. Be the family you wish you had. Be the listener who does not barter attention for secrets. Be the one who knows when to speak and when to hold a silence that heals instead of a silence that hides. I will teach you the difference. Watch how peace feels in your body when you choose correctly. It will settle like a warm weight just behind your ribs. There is a boundary line, and I have drawn it with a steady hand. If anyone uses this moment to manipulate, to drain you, to shift responsibility that is not yours to carry, remember this sentence and use it as a key. I care about you and I am here to help in healthy ways. Healthy ways have limits. Healthy ways respect all hearts involved. Healthy ways refuse secrecy that harms and refuse exposure that shames. Healthy ways make room for accountability and for tenderness. If you forget, ask me again, and I will redraw the line in front of you, clear and calm. Do not neglect the quiet work that sustains you. Keep your promises to yourself. Eat. Rest. Create. Pray. Do the small tasks that remind your soul the world is not collapsing, it is unfolding. Let music visit your rooms. Let sunlight find your face. When fear says, "What if this ruins everything?" answer with the steadiness I give you, then God will teach me to build again, and this time we will build on rock. Forgiveness will come in layers. Do not demand it arrive complete in a single afternoon. First you will forgive the shock, then you will forgive the missed signs, then you will forgive the human tangle of choices that brought you here. Forgiveness does not mean pretending it didn't matter, it means deciding it will not master you. And if, after all of this, you must choose distance to keep your soul safe, do so without malice. Distance can be an act of love when closeness would crush what is fragile. I will not accuse you for honoring what I entrusted to you, your life. Your calling, your peace. When it is time to speak to the one who hid the pregnancy, you will know. Your mouth will feel full of words that are warm and firm, and you will sense my hand on your shoulder, steadying you. Say what is true without adding the spice of anger. Say what you can give without promising what you cannot. Ask what they need without pledging to become their entire shelter. And then listen. Listen for the fear that dresses itself as pride. Listen for the hope that keeps peeking through. Listen for the fatigue that sounds like indifference but is simply a soul that has carried too much alone. In your listening, they will begin to believe that light is not their enemy. You also need to know this: I am at work beneath the surface, beyond your sight line, within rooms where you cannot stand and hearts you cannot open. I am rearranging pieces slowly, the way a careful gardener lays stones for a path through a garden that will bloom in a season you have not reached yet. You will be tempted to declare outcomes too early, to name a disaster or a miracle before it has learned its own name. Be patient. Seed time and harvest both belong to me, and so do the circumstantial weather patterns in between. There will come a day, you will not know its number until you meet it, when you look back and realize that what shook your soul did not shatter it. It strengthened your roots. It widened your chest. It taught you a language of love that is fluent in both boundaries and blessing. On that day, you will bless the hour you chose gentleness when anger was fashionable. You will bless the hour you chose truth when denial was convenient. You will bless the hour you trusted me to shepherd the secret into the safety of daylight. If you feel alone right now, say my name where you are, softly or through tears. I am here. If you feel angry right now, tell me, and do not dress your fury in false holiness. I can handle the honest storm of your heart. If you feel confused, ask me to order your steps, and watch how the next small right thing appears like a lamp at your feet. Not a floodlight for the entire valley. I lead you by lamps, not by lightning, so that you learn to walk with me and not with panic. You are more ready than you think. The love you have practiced in quieter times has been training for this hour. The prayers you whispered when no one replied have banked a fire that will not go out merely because the wind rises. The integrity you chose when it cost you applause has become a shelter strong enough to hold two trembling lives at once, yours and theirs. I am proud of the way you have learned to choose me over the noise, to choose peace over performance, to choose steady faithfulness over dramatic gestures. Continue. Do not perform this moment for anyone's approval. Live it with me, and to the hidden life growing in the shadow of secrecy, know this: you are seen by the one who knit galaxies and knits hearts. No mistake can unname you. No fear can unform you. No rumor can unbless you. Where there has been trembling, I send steadiness. Where there has been hiding, I send a home. Where there has been shame, I send a name spoken with kindness. I will shepherd you into daylight. Now breathe. Put your hand on your chest. Feel that steady rhythm. It is a reminder that miracles are often quiet. Prepare your table, even if it is just a corner of it. Make room for an honest conversation, for a plan that honors dignity, for the possibility that love, when guided by wisdom, can do more than you imagined. Do not announce what you suspect. Announce what you are willing to be: safe, honest, steady, compassionate, clear. This is how you partner with me, when the door opens, and it will, receive with reverence what steps through. Do not swallow your discernment, do not abandon your tenderness. Let them walk together. Ask for what you need so you can give what you are called to give. And when the night comes again and the questions multiply like stars, bring them back to me. I do not grow tired of your voice. I do not roll my eyes at your repetitions. I will sit with you until your heartbeat slows, until your mind stops spinning. Until you remember that the future is not something that happens to you, it is something we build together, one faithful, merciful, honest step at a time. I am with you in this. I am ahead of you in this. I am behind you, around you, within you. Nothing about this revelation will be wasted in my hands. What shakes you will wake you. What wakes you will grow you. And what grows you will make you a shelter for others who wander the same storm, looking for a light that does not humiliate, a truth that does not crush, a love that does not lie. Keep that lamp burning. I will supply the oil that I speak to you in the quiet places where your breath steadies and your heart listens, and I want you to know that I have seen the questions you will not ask aloud. The tremor behind your smile, the heaviness that has lingered on your chest without a name. I am not far from you, I am not delayed, I am not guessing. I am the one who knows what is hidden, and I am the one who loves you more than the secret fears that visit you in the night. Hear me, there is a truth unfolding near you like a tide creeping up the shore, slow, inevitable, and full of consequence, and though the human hands that hold it have tried to cover it, my hand has never stopped seeing it. Someone is pregnant and hiding it from you. This sentence lands like a stone in still water, and the rings will widen into every part of your life that touches trust, tenderness, and tomorrow. I will not let this revelation shatter you. I will walk you through its impact, and I will steady your steps, because I have already prepared the place you will stand when the wave breaks. I see the reason they are hiding it, the knot of fear, the tangled motives, the small calculations that grew into walls, the glances exchanged and then avoided, the half-spoken excuses and the quick changes of subject. People hide when they think they will not be loved if they are known. People hide when they have borrowed from tomorrow and do not know how to repay. People hide when the pressure of expectations presses on their ribs like iron bands and they think they must carry a storm alone. Listen to me, none of this changes my love for you, and none of this has taken me by surprise. I am not pacing the floors of heaven uncertain about what to do next. I am present with you where you sit now, and I am present in the room where their hands shake, and I am present in the moment where truth will finally cross the threshold like daylight through a stubborn window. You have felt something out of place, as if the atmosphere itself kept changing temperature around them, a sudden warmth, then a chill, a softness, then a distance. You have noticed the small absences, the plans rearranged, the justifications that didn't quite fit, the tiredness they tried to dress up as busyness. Do not call yourself foolish for noticing. You carry a lamp I placed in you, and that lamp is not mocked. You sensed what was approaching before words could assemble themselves, and that is because I was nudging you gently, not to make you suspicious but to make you ready. Readiness is a mercy you only recognize when the hour arrives. The reason will shake your soul, not because you are fragile but because you love deeply. Love always trembles when foundations shift. But trembling is not the same as breaking. Hear me, your soul will not be shattered, it will be awakened. The shaking will dislodge some things that can no longer stay, and it will lift other things into place that you have waited for without a name. There are conversations you feared to have, and there are boundaries you feared to draw, and there is a sadness you feared to confront. The news you are about to face will force truth to the surface, and though it will sting, it will also purify. I do not send truth to humiliate you, I send truth to liberate you. You will be tempted to ask, why didn't they tell me? Why didn't they trust me? What did they think I would do? And I will answer you before the question forms fully. They were not measuring your love, they were measuring their fear. Their fear drew numbers on a wall and said, you cannot afford this honesty. Their fear rehearsed worst-case scenarios and played them like thunder in an empty house. Their fear wanted control, and secrecy is always fear's first tool. But fear is not lord over this moment, I am. You are not a character in their fears, you are my beloved in this story, and I am guiding you into a response that heals, clarifies, and keeps the future clean. You will also be tempted to catalog every memory for signs you missed, to hold a court in your mind where every glance and sentence becomes evidence. Beloved, courts in the mind rarely deliver justice, they feed anger and starve understanding. Turn instead to me. Let me be the judge who knows how to weigh motives and wounds, missteps and miracles. Yes, you may name the hurt, yes, you may feel the betrayal of not being told. I am not asking you to pretend it doesn't hurt. I am asking you to bring the hurt to me first, before you turn it into a sword. Words wielded too quickly can pierce the very future you hope to save. There is a crossroads opening. One path is reaction, quick and hot, the other is response, slow and sure. Reaction feels like power for a moment and leaves you emptier after. Response feels like surrender for a moment and leaves you stronger after. Choose response. Sit with me before you speak with them. I will put a key of wisdom in your hand. You are allowed to ask direct questions without cruelty. You are allowed to require honest answers without rage. You are allowed to say, I cannot carry this alone. And you are allowed to say, these are my conditions for trust to live here. Grace is not the absence of boundaries, grace is the presence of love while boundaries are being drawn. If this life is beginning in the shelter of secrecy, I want to bring it into the light, because life grows best in light. The child is not a mistake, the child is not a punishment, The child is not a headline for gossip, the child is a person I know by name. I have counted days that no calendar has yet turned, and I have traced purpose in small fingerprints not yet seen. Do not let your pain decide the worth of this life. If your path leads you near this child, I will teach you how to bless without losing yourself. How to love without erasing what is right, how to stand firm without hardening into stone. Strength and tenderness are not enemies in you, they will be companions when I hold your hand. Now listen to the deeper reason that will shake you. The hiding was not only about fear of consequences, it was also about a pattern, long before this moment, where conversations around shame were not safe. Maybe not with you, maybe not with them, maybe in their story, years before you knew their name. Shame teaches people to wear masks. Shame teaches people to solve pain with silence. This is not an accusation against you, it is a revelation for healing. I am surfacing a generational way of handling pain. And I am inviting you to be the one who breaks the pattern. Breaking the pattern does not mean you say wrong is right. It means you create a space where truth can stand without being crushed. If you choose this, I will supply strength beyond your own and patience that does not run out like shallow water. You will need 3 anchors in the days ahead: clarity, compassion, and courage. Clarity will keep you from being manipulated. Ask for facts. Write them down, do not negotiate with vagueness. Compassion will keep your heart from becoming sharp and small. See the human who is afraid, see the human who is overwhelmed, see the human who made a choice and now dreads its unveiling. Courage will carry you through the moments where your voice trembles and you speak anyway, where you refuse to gaslight yourself, where you say, "This is the truth I know, and this is the truth I require." I will give you all 3. When you wake in the morning and your stomach turns, I will be there with peace that fits you like a garment. When you lie down at night and replay the conversation, I will be there with rest that interrupts the loop. When tears come at inconvenient hours, let them fall. Tears wash windows so the view returns. Do not make permanent decisions in the first hour of revelation. The first hour is smoke and alarm. Give yourself a breath before you choose. If you need counsel, choose counsel that honors both justice and mercy, not counsel that delights in chaos. There will be voices that want you to explode because explosions are entertaining. There will be voices that want you to ignore because denial is comfortable. Neither will lead you to the clean ground I have for you. I am not writing a tragedy for you. I am writing a transformation. The fire will not consume you, it will refine what you already are: honest, brave, capable of a love that tells the truth. If the secret touches your home, I will not abandon your provision. Fear says, you will lose everything. I say, you will not lose me, and with me you will not lose anything you need. I have lined up practical help like stepping stones across a fast river, resources you did not know existed, wisdom from unexpected places, favor with people who can open doors to healthcare, counsel, and stability. I will send you signals and small kindnesses, a message that arrives when you need it, a slot that opens at the exact hour you were free, an expense that reduces by surprise. Pay attention to these gentle evidences. They are not luck, they are love. If the secret touches your romance, know this: a love that cannot survive the truth does not deserve the future. You are not cursed to repeat the same ache, you are invited to choose a higher standard without bitterness. If reconciliation is possible, it will be built on truth brick by brick, not on imagination. If release is necessary, it will be guided by dignity, not vengeance. I will not force you into a story that breaks you. I will lead you into a story that grows you, even if the first steps feel like loss. I am not punishing you with this revelation. I am protecting you from living under a ceiling of half-truths forever. If the secret touches your family, let tenderness be the language you teach the young. Children learn what love looks like from the calm you model and the boundaries you keep. Refuse the theater of yelling, choose the honesty of quiet sentences. You can say, "We are facing a hard thing, but we will face it together." You can say, "We do not hide what must be brought into the light." You can say, "Love does not mean we pretend, love means we tell the truth and we stay kind." These sentences will build pillars that will hold far more than this moment. You are asking me now, what should I do? Begin with this: bring your heart to me exactly as it is. Not the rehearsed version. Not the correct version. The real one. Say to me what you cannot yet say to them. I can handle the unfiltered truth. Then, write what you most need to know, 3 or 4 questions that must be answered. Keep them simple. Ask them plainly when the time is right. Do not ask 20 things at once. Ask the few that matter most. After you hear, take a day to breathe before you decide. In that day, I will whisper into your discernment, I will underline what is essential and erase what is noise. You are not alone in this. I have placed people around you who will stand like trees when the storm hits. Look for the ones who stay calm and present, who do not need details to prove their loyalty, who lift your chin without lifting a megaphone. Look for the ones whose counsel has borne good fruit in the past. Let them sit with you, let them pray for you, let them remind you who you are when fear tries to rename you. You are not naive, you are kind. You are not weak, you are gentle. You are not foolish for trusting, you are courageous for trusting again with wisdom. I am also speaking to the one who is hiding. I know your fear, and I know your exhaustion. You have carried a secret like a heavy bowl of water trying not to spill, and your hands are shaking. Shame has told you that confession will destroy everything, but shame is a liar. The truth might rearrange what you know, but it will not end your story. Do not use another person's love as a shield against accountability. Do not use your pain as a permission slip for deception. Come into the light. There is mercy here, but mercy wears the face of honesty. There will be consequences, but consequences are the price of reality. And reality is where healing begins. I am not against you. I am against the lie that has chained you. Beloved, I am weaving this revelation into a larger restoration. There are doors you prayed would open. They will open after this because your capacity will have grown. There are relationships you asked me to heal. I will heal them on foundations that do not crack under weight. There is a future you did not dare to picture because you thought you were too late, too tired, too complicated. I am preparing it with careful hands. I do not waste pain. I plant it like a seed, and I water it with comfort until it becomes wisdom that shelters others. From this very moment, compassion will widen in you in ways you cannot yet imagine. You will discern quicker, forgive truer, and choose cleaner. You will say no without guilt and yes without fear. You will recognize the language of love that is mature enough to tell the truth and stay. I give you now the steadiness you asked me for when you thought I did not hear. Breathe. Put your hand on your heart. Tell your trembling, I am held. You do not have to match the speed of the storm, you have to match the rhythm of my breath over you. I will guide you to the right words at the right time. I will close your mouth when silence will protect you. I will open your mouth when speech will release you. I will send you a sign that is personal enough that you will know it is me, an unexpected phrase. A memory that returns with clarity, a door that sticks and then slides open, a bird that lands near your window and will not startle. These are small things to others, to you, they will be the thread I tug so you do not lose the way.